Hello, my name is Jerry Barronton. I'm a former Fayette County Commissioner. I served from 1981 through 1984 and I was chairman 3 of my 4 years. I want to address the recent firing of County Attorney Bill McNally. I would like to start off by saying that this is not, as some may think, a new issue. This is an issue that was present even when I was campaigning for election in 1980. I was approached by some of the same people that are now involved in the current dismissal of Mr. McNally, and I was asked that if I was elected commissioner that I needed to get rid of 2 people in county government. One of those was Bill McNally, and the other was Sam Champion, who served at that time as our superintendent of our road department. I knew Sam Champion. I knew the job that he'd done for our county. I did not know Mr. McNally. I did not get to know him until I became a commissioner and came on board and had the privilege and the honor to serve with him. I later come to find out there was not a more dedicated servant to our county than Bill McNally was. And I began to ponder and ask myself these questions. Why did people want to get rid of someone who seemed to be as dedicated to the county as he was? And of course it didn't take long as time progressed and we began to get further into my term. I began to realize that there were people who did not want the county commissioners to have benefit of sound logic. And that's what Bill McNally gave us. In a recent article, he was, I think, unfairly slammed by being called the 6th commissioner. I can honestly say to you, in the 4 years that I served on the county commission, each time that I went to Bill McNally and I asked for his opinion, he always gave me both sides of the coin. And he always reminded me that the decision was mine to make, that he could not make a decision for me. But he gave me both sides and gave me information to help me to make my decision. But he realized and stopped just short of telling me how I needed to vote on any issue that I ever asked his advice on. In the number of years that Mr. McNally has been with our county, I ask you to research and go back and look at all the times that our county has been sued during those times, and how many cases have we lost and the county had to pay lawsuits because we did not prevail in the matter. That answer is none. Mr. McNally has served our county well and has earned every dime that he's made from us. Which brings back another charge being made against Mr. McNally over his fees that he has earned. And I use that word. I know he has earned his fees that the county has paid to him. As the chairman of the commissioners, I had to oversee and approve orders for payment that were turned into the county commission. And I know many times that Bill McNally did not turn in hours to us and was not compensated for hours that he gave us advice, that we called him and asked him things and he didn't start the clock. Now, I've been involved in lawsuits where different department heads were sued and they had to have outside attorneys, and I've seen those bills, and I guarantee every time that they picked up the phone and made a call, the clock started. So unfair is the accusation that has been made and leveled against him in this matter. When we were looking at the Lake McIntosh water project, we were up against insurmountable obstacles in putting that water facility in place. We at that time had secured a loan from the Farmers Home Administration. We had sat down, prior to commissions to us, had met every qualification that had been set out in those agreements that were necessary for us to get our loan. All of a sudden, we found ourselves in the middle of having demands put upon us by individuals that wanted to relocate the lake, to give more property area around the lake that would make very beautiful building sites. We would have had to at that time fought the Asa Canada Foundation, who told us that they had lawyers that could just do nothing but fight us on this one thing. And we were being presented with demands from Peachtree City government, and we were saying no to these demands because they were not feasible. All of a sudden, I get a call one day from Mr. McNally, and he said, "You're not going to believe the letter I just got from the Farmers Home Administration." And it just so happened that all of these demands that we had said no to were now a part of our documents that we had to meet in order to get our loan. I'll never forget the ride to Athens, Georgia with Bill McNally, sitting down in the office over there of the Farmers Home Administration, and this man went to bat for Fayette County. To make a long story short, we got that loan, and we were able to do it, and to do it in a very feasible way, and we were able to do it through proper bargaining and negotiation and through skills that come with the expertise that individuals such as Bill McNally has. Now, the reason for getting rid of Mr. McNally has been stated by the current commissioners, as they feel like they can save money by having an in-house attorney. Well, let's look at that for just a moment. If they do go to an in-house attorney, whatever salary that is negotiated that has to be paid this individual, he's going to require an office that the county will have to provide. He's going to require some staff that we, the county taxpayers, will have to provide. He's going to require supplies. He's going to require taxes that have to be met on his income and his employees' income. He'll have to become, he and along with his employees have to become part of the county retirement package. So when you start weighing all of these things, I don't think that saying they're going to save money, holds any legitimate reasoning at all. As a matter of fact, if you go back and look, I would be willing to bet you that when all things are set aside, it will cost more to have this attorney in-house than it would be to sub it out as we've done in the past. Because they talked about that they were going to have to maybe use Mr. McNally's office for other matters. Now, I don't think they ever intend to do that. I think that was just a nice way of saying to him, we appreciate you, but you're fixing to hit the road, and so we're not don't ever really plan to use you again. But when you weigh all these things out as to what it's going to cost, and I'm sure even that this county attorney will probably even have to have a county vehicle to drive. So you start adding up all these perks and these extra costs it's going to have. I don't see we, the taxpayers, saving any money whatsoever in this kind of a deal. Now, who loses? We as taxpayers lose. We lost a great servant to our county, and we have lost a great patriot to our county. A person who has gave over and above the call of duty for his office. And I just hope that each citizen of Fayette County will hold this current commissioner accountable for their actions. And I hope that you'll look, and I hope you'll demand to be shown where they've saved money on this. And because we have got rid of Mr. McNally, and I think he is just the first one to be gotten rid of. And I think people need to start asking questions. Why are these voices needing to be silenced? I appreciate your time, and I ask you to get involved and just know what's going on in your county government. Thank you.